Oh, hi guys! As some of you may know, this is a video I've been planning for a while, and I've had a number of requests to make this. But if you've clicked on this video, chances are you want to know how to manage or better manage your finances. So in this video, I will be talking about how money management can improve your life. I'll be sharing my top 10 tips on how to better manage your money. And also at the end of the video, I'll be sharing an example spreadsheet with you that you can use to help manage your finances. My name's Stu, and welcome to How to Manage Your Money. I've been managing my own personal finances for about 8 or 9 years now, and I've also helped companies manage their finances as an accountant. But you don't have to be an accountant to be good at managing your own money. So, why is money management so important? Whether you're surviving on a low budget, trying to get out of debt, or perhaps you're saving for something in particular like a car or a holiday or your child's future, managing your money well ultimately gives you financial peace of mind. If you're on top of your money coming in and your money going out, you'll find that you'll be far less stressed when you have oversight over your money's movement. It allows you to plan for large one-off costs that would otherwise leave you with no money for a particular month. And also, money management ensures that you don't spend money that you can't afford to spend, which would then lead to you not being able to pay your rent, your bills, or loan repayments, which could then lead to penalties, fines, and a bad credit rating. So without further ado, here are my top 10 tips on how to better manage your money. Number 1, awareness and oversight. This is the fundamental principle of good money management. It's all about being aware of how much money you have coming in and how much money you have going out. And just being aware of this movement is crucial for improving your financial stability. This awareness allows you to make informed spending decisions, and it also positively impacts your spending behaviors and habits. As an example of this, years ago I used to buy lunch from the cafeteria at work every single day. But when reviewing how much I was spending every month, I was shocked. It really was a huge amount of money coming out every single month. So I tried making my own packed lunch every day the night before work. When I compared how much I was spending on food month on month, I realized I was saving loads of money. And I wouldn't have known this and therefore acted upon it if I didn't have that awareness and oversight over my money. Number 2, make a budget and stick to it. Once you're generally aware of your income and outgoings, writing down a monthly budget allows you to see exactly where your money is going, and you can see how much money you have left after you've paid all the things you have to pay. You then have an idea of how much you can spend on luxuries like going out, buying clothes, buying games, or whatever. As this is a pretty big point to cover, at the end of this video I'll be going through an example budget with you. I'll also be sharing a Google Sheet document that you can use as a template, so stick around until the end of the video for that. Number 3, pay debts and bills first. This one doesn't take too much explaining, but again is so important. Once you've made your budget, you'll know what your essential outgoings are. These are the ones that keep a roof over your head, keep the heating on, and stop you from going bankrupt, like your rent, your mortgage, utility bills, loan repayments, etc. Pay these first. You can even set up direct debits to automate these payments as well, just to make sure they don't get forgotten about. Number 4, live in the green. By this I mean, don't spend money you don't have. Using credit cards and overdrafts to buy things that you wouldn't usually be able to afford, terrible idea. Don't do it. Now, a credit card or an overdraft can be a lifesaver if you're hit with a sudden unexpected expense. So they can be useful safety nets, sure. But if you're about to buy that nice looking purple Playboy bunny tracksuit on a credit card because you don't have enough in your current account, just stop and ask yourself, can I afford this right now? In summary, if you can't afford it, don't buy it. Number 5, track your expenditure. The only way you can know if you're on track with your budget is if you're tracking your expenditure. By this, I mean writing down what you spend and assigning categories to your different transactions. This is something that might seem like it takes a lot of time to do, but once you've got into the habit of doing it, it really is super quick and easy. There are also a number of apps out there that you can use on your phone to help with this, but personally, I just make notes on Google Keep, and then every 2 to 3 days, I will update my main spreadsheet on my computer. Again, I'll come on to how you can do this towards the end of the video. Number 6, check your bank statements. Not only should you be checking your bank statements, but you should be checking them regularly. I check mine once a month, and I do a quick reconciliation between my spreadsheet and my bank statements. This is important because it makes sure you haven't missed anything off your budget, but can also help you spot where you may have been overcharged. Or perhaps you're paying for some sort of subscription that you'd forgotten about, like Amazon Prime, for example. And it can even spot fraud on your account. And it really does happen, so make sure you check those bank statements regularly. Number 7, Budget for contingency. In life, shit happens. Unexpected shit happens. Budgeting for contingency means putting aside a little bit of money every month in case something happens and you have to pay out an unexpected expense. By incorporating this into your budget, you give yourself better financial stability and peace of mind. So, budget for contingency. Hey, oh yeah, hey, baby. Number 8, save for the things you want. I touched on this a little bit earlier, but it's a great habit to develop. If, for example, you want to go on holiday in 6 months' time, work out how much it costs and start saving a little bit each month so that in 6 months' time you'll be able to afford it. You can even incorporate it into your monthly budget to make sure that money gets put aside every month. It's also super rewarding saving up for quite a while and then being able to buy that purple Playboy bunny tracksuit, but without having to splash out on a credit card and then regretting it massively afterwards.
Oh yeah! Ooh, baby, yeah!
Number 9, don't need it, don't buy it. It's really easy to waste money on things we don't need. It certainly doesn't help that we're constantly inundated with advertisements that make even the most unnecessary of products seem like we need them. But just before you're about to buy something, ask yourself the simple question, do I really need this? You'll be surprised how asking yourself this question in your head will, over time, positively impact your spending habits. And before you know it, you'll be saving more money than you think. Don't need it? Don't buy it. And finally, this one's for those of you who like to go out and in particular have a few drinks. Number 10, be sensible with your bank cards. Back in my university days, I used to make the mistake of going out partying with all my bank cards in my wallet. A number of drinks later, and I'd wake up the next morning with a horrendous headache and a hefty hole in my bank account. So I decided to limit the amount of money that I would take out with me when drinking. I started by taking a fixed amount of cash with me and leaving all my bank cards at home. That way, I knew there was no way I could spend more money than what I had in my wallet. But the issue there is that there's no safety net if you run out of money and then have to get a taxi home, for example. So instead, I would take a fixed amount of cash plus one of my bank cards, which I would have put a particular limit of cash on before I went out. That way, I had the cash that I knew I could spend that evening, but then I had contingency money on the card in case of an emergency. So there you have it, Stu's top 10 tips for better managing your money. Now that we've gotten all that out of the way, I'd like to share with you an example spreadsheet that you can use to help you along your money management improvement journey. Now, this isn't the spreadsheet that I use personally, but it is a freely available version on Google Sheets that you can access on all your devices, and I think it's a pretty good template to get you started.
Whoa! Hey guys, this is Stu from the future. Whilst editing this video, I realized that if I incorporate the Google Sheets budget tutorial, this video is way too long. So I'm going to put that as a separate video, but leave a link, I guess, as a card and also a link in the description to that video. So when you finish watching the end of this one, if you still want to know how to make a budget within Google Sheets, go ahead over to that video and yeah, hopefully you find that useful. But yeah, thank you guys.
Thank you so much for watching this video, and I really do hope you found it useful. I'd actually like to make some more similar life advice style videos. Oh, excuse me. I'd actually like to make some similar life advice style videos. So if there are any particular topics you'd like me to cover, feel free to leave them in the comments below and I'll see what I can do. Thanks again for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful day or night wherever you are. Matane. This awareness allows you to... I check mine once a month, and I perform a quick reconciliation between my... A number of drinks later, and I'd wake up the next morning with a... Thank you.